Ludvig Åberg isn't like most golfers you see on TV. Golf is usually full of fist pumps, loud cheers, and players showing off their emotions. But Ludvig is different. He doesn't shout, he doesn't celebrate, and he doesn't try to put on a show. Instead, he stays calm and quiet, letting his game speak for him. Shot after shot, he keeps the same steady focus. While other players get nervous or excited, Ludvig looks like nothing can bother him. That cool style has given him a nickname, the Silent Assassin. In a sport where noise and drama often take over, Ludvig Åberg proves that silence can be the most powerful weapon of all. Ludvig Åberg's rise feels almost mythical. He came from a quiet town in southern Sweden, far from golf's glamorous hotspots, with no famous golf lineage to his name. And yet here he is, 25 years old, already with PGA Tour victories, Ryder Cup dominance, and a Masters runner-up finish in his debut. That's not just talent. That's discipline, resilience, and an approach to the game so steady it unsettles the competition. This is not the tale of a golfer who burst onto the scene with fireworks. It's the story of a player who sharpened his game piece by piece, never rushing, never cracking. A man who sees golf not as a battle of emotions but as a puzzle to be solved, one swing at a time. So how did a boy bribed with ice cream on a Swedish driving range become golf's most efficient killer? Ludvig Åberg was born in 1999 in Eslöv, a small town in southern Sweden. Unlike the golf-rich neighborhoods of Florida or Scotland, Eslöv wasn't known as a breeding ground for champions. It was quiet, local, ordinary. But Ludvig was not. He wasn't born into golf privilege. His father Johan was a weekend golfer, passionate about the game, but far from elite. Yet, Johan had the eye to notice when his son showed something different. When Ludvig was still a boy, Johan would bring him to the course. But instead of pushing him hard, he kept things simple. Stay another hour, and you'll get an ice cream. It sounds small, but it worked. Hour after hour, day after day, Ludvig stayed. And here's the thing, he didn't just swing like a child, he studied. At 8 or 9, he was already paying attention to angles, rhythms, and mechanics. He wasn't just playing, he was absorbing, learning, quietly building a foundation. By 13, it was clear he was different. His world revolved around numbers, greens, and practice sessions. This wasn't just a hobby, it was an obsession. At 15, Ludvig took a decisive step. He enrolled at Filborna School in Helsingborg, a sports-focused academy designed for serious athletes. This wasn't a playground anymore. This was structured, rigorous, and competitive. Filborna had produced top golfers like Maja Stark and Lynn Grant, and now it was Ludvig's turn. Here, he shifted from casual practice to elite training. Coaches saw in him what his father had spotted years earlier, an unusual composure, even in tense moments. This was also where Ludvig found a guiding mentor, the coach who would shape his game for years. Looking back, Ludvig has said, "It laid the foundation for my career, and I'm forever grateful for that." The boy who once stayed for ice cream was now staying for something bigger, the possibility of turning golf into his life. His intensity deepened, his swing grew sharper, and his identity as a golfer started to crystallize. By 2019, his junior career had blossomed. He won the Swedish Teen Tour Order of Merit, competed at high-level European events, and began to attract international attention. Then came the biggest leap of all, Texas Tech University. The decision was about throwing himself into a world where the game burned louder and brighter. America meant tougher competition, massive crowds, and a whole new level of scrutiny. For some, that kind of leap cracks them. For Ludvig, it refined him. At Texas Tech, he trained under coach Greg Sands. From the start, Sands noticed what separated Ludvig, his calmness. "He's excited and nervous like everyone else," Sands said, "but he handles it better. He focuses on execution." And execution was exactly what Ludvig delivered. In 2022, he won the Ben Hogan Award, given to the top college golfer in America. Then, in 2023, he did it again, only the second player ever to repeat the honor. Back-to-back Hogan Awards aren't just trophies. They're a declaration. This player is extraordinary. Ludvig spent 29 weeks as the world's #1 amateur and topped the PGA Tour University standings, earning his PGA Tour card straight into the pro ranks, skipping the dreaded Q school. The calm kid from Eslöv now had the credentials to walk among the game's elite. Ludvig's professional debut in 2023 carried curiosity and pressure. Could his machine-like composure hold against the world's best? The answer came quickly. In only his 4th professional start, he finished tied for 4th at the John Deere Classic. That turned heads, but the real shock came later that year. Before he had played in a single major, Ludvig received an invitation to join Team Europe in the Ryder Cup. Captain Luke Donald made the call. Critics called it reckless. Why risk a rookie in one of golf's most intense pressure cookers? Donald saw what others hadn't: unshakable composure. Paired with Viktor Hovland, Ludvig proved the gamble was genius. Together, they dismantled Scottie Scheffler and Brooks Koepka in one of the most lopsided victories in Ryder Cup history, winning 9 and 7. And when it was over, Ludvig didn't roar, didn't celebrate like a rookie making history. He simply nodded, calm as always. The silent assassin had arrived on golf's biggest team stage. 2 months after the Ryder Cup, Ludvig earned his first PGA Tour victory at the RSM Classic. He didn't just win, he dominated. Shooting back-to-back 61 seconds on the weekend, he finished at 29 under par and won by 4 strokes. The performance launched him into the world's top 50 and earned him his first Masters invitation. Suddenly, Ludvig wasn't just a rookie with promise, he was a rising star. When April 2024 arrived, Ludvig walked onto Augusta National for his Masters debut. A course designed to expose nerves and punish even the most seasoned players didn't faze him. He played with composure, calmness, and control. By Sunday, he finished runner-up. Scottie Scheffler may have left with the green jacket, but Ludvig left with something equally valuable: the full attention of the golfing world. In early 2025, Ludvig added his second PGA Tour victory at the Genesis Invitational. Facing a tough field and cold conditions, he remained steady, even carding the first hole in one of his pro career. He walked away with a $4 million paycheck and, briefly, the #1 spot on the PGA Tour money list. And how did he celebrate? No theatrics, no drama, just a quiet handshake and a walk to scoring. This is what makes Ludvig unique. He doesn't try to prove himself with emotion, he proves himself with execution. Naturally, comparisons with Tiger Woods began. Both dominated early, both looked untouchable in their composure, but their styles couldn't be more different. Tiger played with fire. His glare burned through opponents, his roars shook galleries. He wanted to conquer. Ludvig plays with ice. His stare doesn't burn, it lingers, unreadable, unshaken. His game isn't about overpowering rivals, it's about solving golf as though it were a puzzle. That's why he unnerves his opponents. They can't read him, they can't rattle him, and they can't stop him from executing shot after shot with surgical precision. Here's the remarkable part: Ludvig is only 25. Most golfers peak in their early 30 seconds. That means he hasn't even scratched the surface of his prime. Already, he's doing things that many spend their entire careers chasing: Ryder Cup heroics, PGA Tour victories, Masters contention, and he's doing it with an aura that makes him feel unstoppable. For Ludvig, the future isn't about theatrics. It's about perfecting the puzzle, refining each piece until the game bends to his control. And if this is just the beginning, the golfing world may be witnessing not just a star, but the rise of an era. In a sport where noise gets the headlines, Ludvig Åberg has proven silence can be the deadliest weapon. At only 25, his story is just beginning. And if the early chapters are any indication, the quiet Swede from Eslöv may not just be a rising star. He could be golf's next defining force.